Hello everyone, Chris Kotlowski, and I'm with the Rise Up 21 program, and I am so excited because this morning I brought a friend in. Her name is Jamie, and we are going to discuss what essential oils are, how we can benefit from essential oils, and really just how to use them. So we're just going to jump into it, and Jamie, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Jamie Mowry. I'll just start out like I'm a mom. I have 3 wonderful kids and a wonderful husband that actually, he's kind of funny about the essential oils. Like, he was so anti about it, but I'll get into that story later. I'm a nurse, so I work at UW Hospital. I'm in critical care, so like essential oils have been essential to me. I use them in so many ways because just for holistic health, but I also for stress benefits for myself, for cleanliness. I really wish we could bring them into the hospital, to be honest. And I'm in school right now. I am studying to be a doctorate nurse practitioner, and I'm really into integrative health. I'm going to go into a really quick story. In 2015, I thought I was very healthy. I was running, I did the essential oils, I did lots of stuff. I got a huge rash because my grandparents were dying. I had a brand new baby. I was the caretaker of both of them, and there was just a lot of things going down. I went through like a really traumatic experience at work where I was involved in a major trauma where I was attacked. I wasn't backed up by management, and I didn't feel protected by the system. So I really, like, going into work was very stressful, and I developed a rash. And I was told later that I was a middle-aged woman going through hormonal issues. I was like, what? And it was really just my elevated stress levels were through the roof. I got into more holistic health, and I've really, I'm still learning every day, growing, learning. So it's been an ongoing process, which I love.
Everyone has a story, and with the Rise Up 21 program, I get excited about just talking about a variety of things that we can do to take care of ourselves. So as we go towards working with essential oils, some of you may have used essential oils for a long time. Some of you are like, what are essential oils? So let's start at the beginning. Essential oils are used how?
Well, they've been used for centuries, from the very beginning, back in Egypt, back in, before, in the Chinese, ancient, medicine, all the teas, everything like that. I mean, it's been used throughout, and their benefits are amazing. They've been used as medicines, as healing for skin. There's multiple health benefits like that. You can decrease your hypertension with lavender. So lavender has amazing effects for not only skin and healing and bruising and burns. Like, you can use it. Wrinkles. It is major for skincare, but it's also is great for anxiety, bringing down your blood pressure, helping with sleep. There's the benefits of lavender are unending. And honestly, I love lavender, but it's not actually my favorite scent. But when I add it in with other things, it does help everything.
So with essential oils, when you say I add it in with other things, can you show us what you would add it into?
Oh, yes. So I use it for different things. So I'll use it in my body butter because it's great for, again, just like if you have bruises or scars or anything like that, it's very beneficial, and wrinkles. and I'll get into that a little bit more. Like I have a lot of like stuff I do for skin. Lavender goes great with jasmine, white angelica. These are all amazing. It's in the Peace and Calming.
What is
it's
that?
in Tranquil
Okay.
roll-on. Like you can use it for rolling.
Okay, smell it.
Yeah.
So would I use this instead of perfumes?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay,
And
I'll
you-
see you. I'm going to take this home now.
You have yeah, go for it. You have certain points, like flex points. So like we saw Chris and I put it on our wrists, behind your ears, at your neck. Feet are amazing because they have all those sensory, like you know, everybody knows about reflexology and all the benefits there. So kind of going into babies, so you don't want to put a whole lot on them when you know they're, but this Peace and Calm is amazing on babies. I would put a drop on my baby's big toes when they were babies. They're not anymore, and they would fall asleep like instantaneously. Like they would just like, and
Well, and that's great to know
I
because
felt like I was cheating.
yeah. What else would you use for young children?
Oh, so for young children, I always use, so my different children, but so basically I would always do the Peace and Calming. I did a lot of RC when they would get colds. I'd diffuse this in their room at night. They'd wake up without colds.
So as you say diffuse, I'm going to grab her beautiful diffuser.
So yeah, I would use a few drops in their rooms, near their cribs. You have to be careful. Like this is the eucalyptus radiata, is the one very safe for kids. So I'd make like chest rubs for them, like if they're all congested, instead of the Vicks vapor. Again, eucalyptus is one of those, like I use it for bug sprays. I use it for chest rubs for breathing. I use it for, what else do I use it for? Eucalyptus is good for anything like breathing.
You mentioned before
Yes.
we talked about skincare for
Yes.
plumping and wrinkles.
Oh yeah.
So a part of our program we have young moms, we have grandmothers, we have we have all ages.
Yes.
What can we use externally for our skin?
So yes, the beauty of it. So frankincense is always wonderful. Okay, so frankincense helps with wrinkles. It helps with scars. It helps with dark spots. It's wonderful. Patchouli. So it's funny because patchouli. Whenever I wear my patchouli, you know who the hippies in the group are, because I have a serum and like I try not to wear many oils in the hospital, but I had this one patient that he's like, my patchouli girl, and he was such a hippie.
That's awesome.
He was such a hippie, and I'm like, I was just like, the hippies really love the patchouli.
I must have part of that in me because I love patchouli.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, it was like an incense that a lot of hippies would burn.
All
I
right.
think. So lavender, Gentle Baby is a great one. Lang Lang. I don't have it right now, but it's good for a woman's balance. It's good for libido. It's good for skincare. It's good for balance. They call it woman's balance. Yes.
I wish we would have met 3 years ago because I had vertigo for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I bet Ying, how do you say that?
Lang.
Ying.
I mean, people pronounce things differently. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, let me know. But yeah, that's what Rosemary is good for memory. So for those that are aging and want better, like just want a sharper memory, it's good for memory. It's good for skincare. It's good for ADHD. So my middle child, I was going to get into that. Cedarwood, rosemary, lemon. Where's my lemon. Did I not put it in? I was using it right before I left.
That's okay.
So sorry. So my lemon, and peppermint.
Here's lemon. Lemon.
Yes, lemon and peppermint. Great for like ADHD. I will diffuse it next to my middle child now that we're doing virtual school. I make roll-ons for him. I will, this morning we had fun. We had a lot of activities. I had a bunch of like beeswax. I melted that down. I go, Josiah, we're gonna make this can be your candle. So I have little wicks. We just stuck it in. So I melted down the beeswax. We put in his oils. He joined me. We kind of like waited for it to kind of solidify. I put in the wick like when it was just about to be solidified, and then he's studying he's at school with this burning candle for like all his like ADHD.
Well, I have a 21-year-old that is virtual for college, and
Yeah.
I need to send him a care package of that because he's like, Mom, I just can't focus. It's challenging. So using essential oils throughout, from the minute we wake up, literally until we go to bed, can benefit our daily living.
Yes.
Yeah. Digestive systems?
Yes.
Let's talk about what's good for that.
Yes, so there's a thing by Young Living called Diges. So like you rub it on the belly, again, you put it in a carrier oil. I love my coconut oil for like the rubs because it's antibacterial, also has a lot of benefits to it.
Let's touch on that because I'm clueless.
Yeah.
So a carrier oil is something that doesn't have a scent, or just is something that you add the essential oil to use as a lotion or to use as an ointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like when I use my body butters, I'll do like cocoa butter. I do cocoa butter, shea butter, coconut oil, and then I also sometimes will do mango.
Awesome.
Like, but it doesn't matter. But like I use coconut oil, like you can melt it and then just put your stuff in it, and I make a face wash where I just put coconut oil and lemon and orange and some detoxifying things, and I put it on my face, and then I rinse it off with a warm washcloth, and everything's off, even your mascara, because coconut oil will take off everything.
That is wonderful. So I'm going to ask you a favor.
Yeah.
When our members are watching this video, we'll attach all the benefits that you're talking about, because I would love to do that in the evening to get all my makeup off. And plus it's the smells, it's the whole, our senses that it helps. What would you say is helpful for headaches?
Yes.
I think a lot of us struggle with headaches.
I actually have that marked in here.
Great.
Just so I can go through all of it. Because my one friend, she has major migraines, and they actually have like an actual like migraine one. But so there's different kinds of headaches. So there's tension headaches. So for tension, it can be all different, because a lot of people if you're carrying all your tension right here, and you have like a ton of tension when you come home. I have a friend that takes the stress away. Her husband will put like 20 drops in the diffuser, and she's like, whoa, honey. Like, and you can tell he had a hard day, and he's like, I have a headache. Oh. And he's like, I had a bad day at work.
What's awesome about that is it's not just for women, it's for men as well.
Yes.
We all benefit from essential oils.
From stress relief, muscle aches, like for the ones that lift. I think your husband knows about this, because I think he was talking about it and I was like, oh, a man that knows about this? What?
Isn't that great?
But yeah, like eucalyptus, like there's some, Panaway is one that has like a ton of it. Copiaba is a derivative of the marijuana plant. But if you have like fibromyalgia, like it also helps with that. You know what I mean? So like that kind of stuff. So like, but it helps with muscle aches and all that kind of stuff. Let me just look up headaches.
As you're looking that up, I just want to point out my observations.
Yes.
One, because you have your diffuser on, it just smells so great. I have this, and I just picked it up at, I think, Walgreens. So it's just a ceramic flower. It looks nice. You can set it anywhere. And I take whatever, usually I use a lavender, and I just put the oil on this and put it by my nightstand, and it's just relaxing. The other thing we haven't talked about, I don't think, is thieves oil.
Oh,
So
so the story behind thieves.
yes,
So we were talking. Well, we'll talk about immunity because
immunity.
So like with thieves. So I have the cleaner.
I'll hold that for you
Okay,
so
so
they can see thieves.
my Vanna, isn't she a perfect Vanna?
Yes, I'm Vanna.
So so I also have lozenges. So I have a couple stories with the thieves. So the history behind thieves is back in the day of the plague. Everybody was dying, and so like nobody would touch somebody with a plague because they would still get it.
Okay.
Because the plague it was so, you know what I mean? It was worse than the corona.
Right.
I mean, it was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so these thieves went around and stole out of these dead plague bodies, and what they were carrying was what was in the thieves. So basically what thieves has is a clove, which is amazing for like killing. I even like try to digest it because, well, that's why I swallow this sometimes, put it in my tea. It just has lemon, has cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And so they were carrying these oils with them, and they never got the plague. And so that's why they call this thieves oil.
That's interesting.
And
So you can,
Get 'em-
essential oils can be put on your body,
Mhm.
different areas, different
Yeah.
zones. These are lozenges, but you said you put thieves oil in your tea or coffee?
Yeah, so I literally,
I'm gonna try one of these.
show you. So when I get a sore throat, so my husband and I, we were exposed to strep throat once, and so we both got it. And we were on our way back from this 5-hour long trip. And so both of us were like this. I had this in the front seat, and
You're scaring me right now.
I directly put it on my throat, and it just took away all the pain. When we got home, we're like, we should get strep throat tested. It kills strep.
Okay, so with your attachment that you all will receive, will you put down your favorites for those types of
Yes,
reasons?
yes.
I wanted to bring up, sorry to put you on the spot, Mr. Tim Kotlowski, my husband.
Yeah,
Every morning, he sneezes.
yeah.
Not during the day, not in the evening. He gets up, he drinks his coffee, and he just sneezes.
Yeah.
Is there anything good for that?
Oh, well, so allergies.
Allergies.
So an allergy blend is peppermint, lavender, and lemon.
When
Hold
you
on.
say blend, sorry, I'm sucking on this, which I love this, by the way, I need to get
Yeah,
some.
yeah.
When you say blend, does that mean I have to have those 3 oils and what do I do with them?
Oh,
Like, put 'em in
you can diffuse them.
Okay.
You can make a roll on.
Okay.
So I actually have, what did I do with my little rollers?
Oh, I think I stole it over here because I was using it.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's there's a little package. Anyway, you can, oh, no, it's right here.
Okay.
So I will, like when I empty one of these bottles,
Mm-hmm.
I will sometimes, or if I have like half of a lavender bottle left or whatever,
Oh.
I'll add this on. It's a roll on. And then you can carry it with you, and you can roll it on, and you don't have to buy the individual and make your own. It's less messy. You utilize the bottles. It's like, I just add these and then roll it until it's all gone. You can detach them, add more.
And essential oils really last a long
Yes,
time.
and especially like we were talking about carrier oils. I'm sorry, jojoba oil is a good one.
Okay.
There's stuff that you can do on your hair if you want argan.
Oh, with
Like-
that, I heard that you can put essential oil, not to make your hair greasy, but on the top of your head, and it's almost like a diffuser for your body.
Well,
Didn't know that.
yeah, for hair growth, if you're losing hair, cedar wood is great for hair growth, and so is thyme. So like for men, if you're like receding hairlines or whatever, you know, put a little argan, and you can do it just at night, and then when you shower, it comes out, whatever. It helps with like, and I mean, if you have, I mean, obviously like hair growth, hair loss is going to be inevitable sometimes, but if you can, thicken up your hair thins as you age. And, we've all, like, even after you have a baby, I noticed, like, I still have baby wisp coming in after all the crazy hair loss I had, and probably stress. Yeah.
So there are skeptics, including my 22-year-old son,
Yeah.
about using essential oils
Yes.
because they aren't FDA regulated.
Yes.
Quite frankly, it's a booming business that people can make a lot of money with essential oils. So because it's not FDA regulated, to protect us and just sending the message, do you have any thoughts on like what you should look for when you buy it, where we should buy essential oils, that kind of thing?
So, like I do Young Living because a good friend introduced me to it, and I just fell in love with the products. But as long as it's therapeutic grade, honestly, I love Young Living because they have like a great program, like where like the more you buy, the more like points you get. So I get like, sometimes I can add up to 200 points, so that's $200 worth of essential oils that I can.
That's nice.
Just like, I'm like, oh, I don't even have to buy it any, like
Right.
I get them all free. And so like, but
Do we want to go to Walmart to pick up essential oils?
No,
Okay.
because the thing
I've
is
done that.
Yeah, and you know what, if you want to get very minimal effects, yeah, but if you really want a therapeutic grade, if you want real true benefits, and if you want it to last longer, because what they do is they dilute them completely. That's that's all it is like, instead of getting like an actual pure brand, you're getting 10 drops, and it's diluted in like some kind of like either other oil. So like
And what's interesting of that is actually our children, and we've used essential oils, well, for 20 years. When I owned a day spa and salon, we would use essential oils in the massage and the treatments and the facials and such. So at home, we've had essential oils. So both my boys have gone out and they've purchased their own diffusers, and they've purchased a kit of 5 essential oils from a large, place. But on the bottle, there's nothing that says that it's diluted, and I'm sure it is. So, great point, and that's something to look for. So if someone wants to dabble in essential oils and they never have, quite frankly, no one's gonna go out and buy this many, but you have them in categories.
I've been collecting over the years.
Okay.
And so like and like I said, I do like this monthly order thing where I get 1 or 2 oils a month. And like, just depending, and they just add up. And then so when I run out of one, like lemon is like, so like a bottle of the Young Living lemon is like worth like, I think they said about 70 squeezed lemons. So the detoxifying effects, like I'll put a couple drops in my water. If you're looking for weight loss, do grapefruit.
Yes, grapefruit, lemon.
Grapefruit helps with digestion, because it helps you go to the bathroom. So don't use too many. But if you're having problems going to the bathroom, which a lot of us as we age, as like digestion slows down, everybody knows that just things just don't work the same.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of come to a close.
Yeah.
But obviously this is a lot, but that's what's so fun about essential oils. So 2 things. I'm going to put you on the spot because we didn't rehearse this, and this is all just like, let's have some fun and talk about essential oils. So 2 things. As you think about if someone were to buy 5 oils, I want you to think about that.
Yeah.
And then I want to let you all know that there's a lot to it, obviously, but we want to keep it simple. And some of you are like, oh yeah, I know all of that about essential oils. And some of you are like, oh, that's a great idea. I need help with my headaches and my sleeping and my digestion. And the list goes on and on and on.
I'll give Chris my contact number. You can text me at any time. I have this wonderful book, like we were talking about headaches, and like, I mean, I feel bad because I didn't go through a lot of them, but they have sinus headaches, they have migraines,
Okay.
they have things for tension headaches. Like, you know, like I said, my husband wasn't a believer. He would have a headache. I would put some Valor and some Panaway on his neck, and he would just go, and his headache would instantly go away because it was all tension. And stress away a lot of times will help with that too. But if it's muscle tension,
Yes.
if it's, you know what I mean, Valor's great for anxiety. We didn't talk about anxiety much, but that's a lot of people are going through.
Valor for
Valor's
anxiety.
for anxiety. There's a lot of things, and lavender.
Okay. And
So-
how about depression?
Depression, lemon.
Lemon for depression.
Lemon, yeah, so there's a lot of other things for depression. If you guys have questions for mental health, for ADHD, if you're having issues with your kids, there's things that you can use for more immunity, like right now, longevity. Like that's a great one that I actually just made capsules out of. So
Let's talk about that. So she has supplements and
So-
she made capsules.
So like, you know, I directly ingested the thieves, and you guys probably just cringed doing that, but that literally like instantaneously took care of my sore throat. I will do that with my power. I make capsules with like frankincense, and like people, like you can cure cancer with frankincense, but it's very expensive. You know, like you need Western medicine. I'm not, like I'm in integrative health. Oregano is great for like if you have gut bacteria, like if you have Candida, which we all do if we have had a sugar addiction.
Right.
We all have yeast buildup.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
That's, you know, that's where skin issues come from. Oregano will take care of warts, will take care of skin takes, will take care of dark spots. It's a hot oil. We didn't cover hot oils and cold oils, but oregano is definitely one of them. Cinnamon, oregano, I have a whole section. I will make a sheet, but you can also like look up information on hot oils and appropriate ones, but I'll put them in my baths, I'll put them in my showers, I'll make bath bombs. So like
Bath
with
bombs.
my RC.
You're gonna have a new business. Let's
So-
add that to your long list of things as you're becoming a doctor as well.
Well, I love integrative health, and it's something that I want to bring Western medicine, and I want to be able to bring to my clients and make suggestions of integrative health benefits.
So here's what we can do. At the bottom of this video, when it's posted, it'll be posted on our Facebook page. Just ask a question, any question that you might have. Maybe you have restless legs, you can't sleep, or you need more energy. Just ask the question and we'll just learn together. I just pulled these off of your shelf and I'm curious.
Yes.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. So
What
Jasmine,
can I use that for?
I just want to get them more thorough. Like I'm just gonna go into
This was one that you mentioned. Is this the one for skin?
which one's that?
Jasmine? Can I use it for skin?
Yes. So the funny story is I was trying to support somebody that was selling beauty counter products. And so I like bought a couple products. I'm like, well, what's in this skin plumping thing? And then I did this other thing. And it's basically jojoba oil and jasmine.
For $60?
$60 for this tiny little bottle. I put like 3 drops in jojoba oil now, and I put it into it like a dropper.
Oh.